Hey guys, Colleen here, and in today's video, I thought it would be fun to give you a little update on what's going on in the shop. But before we get into it, I would like to thank DistroKid for sponsoring my channel. DistroKid helps musicians upload their music to all major streaming platforms. Viewers of my channel get 30% off, and I will post that link down below. So, step into my office. So all of the amps you see here are pretty much in for repair, and they are in the queue waiting to get repaired. And then I do have some Fender reissue amps that are in for the hand wiring service that I do, which basically entails taking out all the printed circuit boards and hand wiring in an amp with the traditional eyelet board and all hand wired. So those are always really fun. And then over here, more amps for repair, but I have some shipped in chassis. I do accept shipped in chassis or sometimes the full amp, depending, for repair, case by case basis. So if you're out of the area and want to ship me an amp for repair, that's always an option. Just shoot me an email. All right. And then over here, we have our amp kits that are going to be used for our June amp build class here in LA. If you hadn't heard about it, Pat Kaufman from New York and I teach amp build classes pretty much every year in New York, LA, and hopefully we will be expanding to other cities in the future. But this class we are doing a 5F1 champ build. And it is sold out, but we're planning to do more classes in LA in the future, so stay tuned for that. And then over here we have some of our Fazio electric amp cabinets that are getting their inlays done. Mike, who works with me in the shop, does all of the amp inlays here. He's a jeweler by trade, so he's really good at hand cutting all of the materials and metal and stones for the inlays. We love doing that. So these amps are all spoken for. We're doing a batch of the same model, and yeah, they're all in progress. And then another thing that Mike does in the shop is over here. We have our Scorpion jewels. We have yellow and black, and they are available on my website. I'll post that link in the description. The yellows are definitely the crowd favorite because they glow in the dark. So this is Mike's area over here, and he also is really into CB radio. So he's got his little electronics bench, and this is kind of where we do all the miscellaneous stuff, anything with wood. This is one of the cabinets that is getting its inlay. So you can see that everything is hand carved into the wood, and then it'll be inlaid with stones. And then let's come over here and I will show you guys my benches. The organization around here is always a work in progress. I'm always reorganizing everything, redecorating and stuff. But I love decorating my wall with like vintage amp advertisements and photos of amps that I've worked on. And I have like all of my books and other things, little tchotchkes and odds and ends that I like. So yeah, so I mean, that's basically what's up in the shop lately. I will definitely post more about the Fazio amps as they're getting completed, which will definitely be this summer. um, so yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.